I am so excited. Let's review Star Wars The Bad Batch, Episode 1, Aftermath. I just finished my first ever watch of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I absolutely loved it, and this is why this video is coming to you later on. Happy Star Wars Day, by the way, everybody. I love Star Wars. You guys know that I'm a big Star Wars fan. May the 4th always be with you. And I finished Clone Wars today. I watched so much Clone Wars. I watched all of Season 7, the end of Season 6, and The Bad Batch, all today. And I'm proud of myself. I did it. I finally did it. I'm going to have a review of Star Wars The Clone Wars, the overall series, my overall thoughts on it. That'll come out later on this week, most likely dropping on Thursday, so stick around for that. The Bad Batch, though, is about the Clone Trooper Force 99. We saw them in Season 7. They worked with Rex on certain missions and also Anakin Skywalker. And let me just say, I absolutely loved this ragtag team. Wrecker is hilarious, one of my favorite clones from the series. And when you have guys like Wrecker and Hunter and all of these different characters, including even Echo, who we find out in Clone Wars is still alive, you knew that going into this show, they weren't going to just commit to the Imperial view of things. And that's where this episode, titled Aftermath, really starts off. It deals with the repercussions of the Clone Wars and the execution of Order 66, and this new leaf of the Empire. And we get to see one of my favorite things in this show off the bat is the fact that these are characters that defy expectations. They defy the rule, the orders that have been set for them. And that's what I love about characters like this, because they go above and beyond to do things that are different and out there. And so I love that. That was absolutely amazing to me. The thing about this show that makes it work so well is that it's coming off of the heels of Clone Wars, which is such a beloved series, and especially the final season of Clone Wars, which is absolutely epic. And this show feels like it's the perfect introduction and segue between episodes 3 and 4. That whole middle ground of the establishing of the Empire and the stormtroopers within them, or the clones within them, and just how this inhibitor chip completely messes up their thought process to where now they are under the rule of the Empire. And it's just really interesting to see. It's really fascinating. This episode, we get to see this young girl who is a clone that we find out later on. She is very important because she's also defective, just like Troop 99 in The Bad Batch. And I think that that's very interesting to me, because you bring in a female clone, that's a different dynamic completely. We've never seen that in the Star Wars canon or Star Wars universe. So I'm really into that. I'm looking forward to seeing where her character goes. I also really love the fact that in this episode, they try to see what the Empire is all about, but they don't like the Empire whatsoever. Tarkin is behind basically this team's demise in this episode. He sends them out on a mission to go and take down some separatists, as he calls them, or insurrectionists. And realistically, they're only a group of survivors and innocent people that are led by Saw Gerrera. So they're rebels, and they decide not to do what they have been ordered to do, what they've been commanded to do. And that to me is so fascinating. Again, I love this defying of the expectations, going a different route. The animation in this show is absolutely beautiful. I felt like when I watched Clone Wars, the ending of Clone Wars, I'm going to talk a little bit about it in my video on Thursday, but I felt like the animation, the last 4 episodes, it felt like Disney just kind of pivoted to making those 4 episodes. That the other episodes before then were already made, even though I'm probably wrong with that assumption. But the animation in this episode looks absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see where we go to next in this show, the different worlds, the different characters that we get to explore, and this Bad Batch rag team, which I absolutely love. I love them in Clone Wars. I'm so excited to see where their adventure goes. And it's more than just them. It's, you know, we're gonna get introduced or reintroduced to Rex, which I loved his storyline. But this is a group of characters that you can root behind because they're so different in their thinking. Like, Wrecker just loves blowing stuff up. That's his big thing. And in this episode, it's a nice introductory into this ragtag team and how the dynamic changed when Echo committed himself to this team and he's fully into the team. As well as it's a nice way to, again, bridge that gap between Clone Wars to the rise of the Empire and where we're going with leading up to A New Hope, which is very exciting. I love this episode. It's a long episode. It's like over an hour long. It's 70 minutes or so. But it felt so fast to me. Like, it didn't feel like 3 episodes. Because the one thing about Clone Wars that I love, and I know that the show's going to do the same thing, is like there's a block of episodes that are committed to one story arc. This episode, it felt like, yes, one complete story arc, but it didn't feel like it was different episodes. It felt like it was all one story that felt similar and it felt concrete. And that's what I'm so excited about this show. And that's why I loved Clone Wars, because you had different story arcs that are more interesting. And so when I go and revisit Clone Wars, I can go back to those different episodes or those different story arcs that I loved and rewatch those. And I feel like the show's gonna be the same way. And Dave Filoni is he's such a mastermind. He's so creative. And the guy is absolutely a fan of Star Wars, and just the universes that he's been able to create and the expansion of the galaxy has been absolutely incredible. I can't wait for where the rest of the show is going to go. Aftermath, to me, a great nostalgic episode that has a lot of those same feels that I got from the Clone Wars, but you're bringing into the account of the Empire, which is my favorite part of Star Wars. The Empire is my favorite part of Star Wars. I love it. This is what it's all about, and I'm so excited to see where it goes from here. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on The Bad Batch Episode 1 Aftermath? Let me know down below in the comment section of this video. We will be covering every single episode throughout this series every single week, so definitely make sure you guys stay tuned for those. Tomorrow, big day, 24-hour movie marathon drops officially. Hope you guys enjoy that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. May the Force be with you.